Morning everybody, welcome to Talk Tuesday today. I'm going to be talking to you today about letting go of the past. We all have a past and we can't change it, but what we can do is to change how we react to it. We can choose to accept the past, learn from it and move on with our lives, or we can keep ourselves stuck in the past by constantly going over and over things that happened and wishing they might have been different. But as I say, that just keeps us stuck. And being stuck in the past is a bit like carrying a heavy weight on your back or dragging it behind you, because it's there and it wants to, it's that resistance, you're trying to move forward, but that weight is pulling you back. But if you can learn to let go of that past that's dragging you down and just think about leaving a weight behind you, it really does then free you up, makes you feel lighter, and you can move forward with your life much better. Because the past is gone, as I said, and it doesn't have to determine our future. It only determines our future if we let it. And it applies to circumstances and to people. You can choose how you live your life and you can choose the people you share it with. Some people are only meant to be in our lives for a short period of time. Not everybody's meant to be there forever. And you can learn to let go of people. And it can be hard, particularly if they are family members, but it can be done. And I know people who've taken that decision to do it. And it's not a decision to be taken lightly. But if it's something that you feel you have to do, then it is worth doing, because you will feel so much better once you have cut that tie. And if that's something that you feel you need to do, then be gentle with yourself, have compassion for the fact that it's a difficult thing you're going through, and allow yourself time to grieve, because we do need to grieve when we make a break from people. You might need to forgive somebody. And that again is a big thing, and you might need to forgive yourself either for involvement with people or for anything in your past that you feel you wish wasn't there. And forgiveness is a huge topic in itself, so if that is something that you feel you need to do, I'd recommend you go to my video on forgiveness, which you can find on my New Dawn Facebook page, because I did that full 10-minute video on forgiveness a while ago. But I'll talk to you today about a few other ways in which you can let go of the past, and you can see to what extent you think that some of those might help you. Now, the first one might sound a little bit odd, and it's having a good clear out. But the reason for that is that if you have got old stuff around you, that has attracted stagnant energy. And if you get rid of that old stuff, that old clutter, it gets rid of that stagnant energy and it makes space for new, fresh energy to flow in. So, it's a question of looking at what physical objects around you might be from your past and be keeping you stuck in it. So some things might be photos, pictures, clothes. Certainly when I left my legal job, I got rid of all the clothes that I had worn in that job, because they were associated with that part of my past, which I didn't want to be associated with anymore, and it was quite liberating to get rid of them. And it's the same with paperwork. If you've got paperwork that pertains to your past, rather than keeping it, stored up in a drawer or a cupboard where it does just attract that stagnant energy, it's great to get rid of it, to get rid of that stagnant energy and get rid of that part of your past. Jewellery is another thing that could be a reminder of your past. Now, obviously, don't get rid of things that you really want to hold on to if you feel that they are good for you. But if it's something that you feel really is associated with stagnant energy of the past, then it is a good idea to get rid of it. Now, another way that can help you to release the past is if somebody has hurt you, or if you feel that you've hurt somebody, you can write a letter to them, and don't panic. You don't have to send it if you don't want to, but just writing that letter, writing down all of your feelings about the situation really helps, because it helps you to get them out of your body and onto the paper. and then that helps that release process. And if you don't want to send it, then just destroy the letter, tear it into bits and pop it in the bin. Excuse me. Another way in which writing can help is by journaling your feelings about a past situation. And again, it's about getting it out of your body and onto the paper. So just write whatever comes into your head. It doesn't have to be a work of art. The key is to be writing it down, getting it out of your body, and just getting rid of it. And again, then you can decide what you want to do with that, whether you want to rip up that paper and throw it away, or whether you want to read it and analyse what you've maybe learned from the situation in terms of going forward with your life. Another recommendation I have for helping to get rid of the past is to do what I call punching it out. And by that I mean literally punching. Just stand up and punch into the air in front of you like that, as hard as you like. Punch out any frustration, any resentment, any hurt, any anger, all of those emotions that you've been keeping inside of yourself, and keep going for as long as you feel you need to. And you may have to do it more than once on different days, but it really is quite liberating. This was taught to me actually in a Kundalini yoga class, first one I'd ever done. We did it while running on the spot, so it was quite energetic, but you don't have to do that. But the act of punching it out really, really helps you to get those lower vibration emotions out of your body, helps to get all of that stuff from your past out there. And again, just telling you about what happened in my own life. I did this Kundalini yoga class, I can't remember exactly when it was, but I was punching out my frustration about the job that I was then in. Believe me, there was a lot. And I was really, really going for it. And we I don't know how long we went on for, but it felt like a long, long time. But within a week of doing that class and that exercise, I had decided that I was going to hand my notice in my job. And I didn't really connect those two things until further down the line, when I realised that what I had done was to get rid of all that frustration and resentment and hurt and anger and disappointment, and that had created space for new things in my life. And so it just shows you how powerful that can be. And then the final method that I want to talk about today for releasing things from your past is, again, writing it down. But what we're doing here is to write down anything that you want to get rid of. It could be a situation, a circumstance, how you feel about something. So, you could write down, you could literally just write down frustration with, and then whatever it was, anger at, whatever it is. You will know what it is that's holding you back and that you feel you need to release. So write it all down, write a list of all of the things that you want to let go of. And there might be quite a few, there are when I do this exercise. Then when you've got everything down, pop that piece of paper in a fireplace if you've got one in your house. And if you haven't, maybe you've got a fire pit or a barbecue or any fireproof container that you can take outside, and you are going to burn that piece of paper. You're going to let it burn consciously. You need to watch the smoke rising and know, as that smoke rises, that you are letting go of all of those things that you've written down on that piece of paper, so that you are consciously releasing it. And that, again, really, really helps to let go of things. So once you have released whatever it is or whoever it is that's keeping you stuck in the past, you will be able to move forward with your life. There's a saying that the universe abhors a vacuum. And what that means is that when there is space, something new rushes in to fill that space. And as I mentioned earlier, I've known that happen in my own life. So it really is worth getting rid of whatever it is that's keeping you stuck in the past, making that space for the universe to fill it with whatever new, fresh thing is going to serve you. So I hope you found that helpful. Thanks as always guys for watching, and I will be back here with you next Tuesday. So have a great week in between. Bye for now.